If you're in the USA and you're a home service business, I wanted to share a few practical ideas for what my clients and students are doing to actually still get clients on a regular basis. This is targeted more towards the USA, but if you're in Canada, a lot of what I'm talking about will help you here too. And if you're in the UK, a lot of this is also going to apply to you. It's 2024, and if you run a home service business like a painting, a lawn care, cleaning, or a window washing agency, you've probably noticed that the landscape for getting leads has changed massively since just even 2022 or 2023. There's a lot of algorithmic changes going on at Google, at Facebook, at Thumbtack, and any other lead source that we have right now. So leads are getting less, they're getting more expensive, and they're getting harder to close, which is a pretty tough combination. I wanted to share a few practical ideas for what my clients and students are doing to actually still get clients on a regular basis. The first thing to realize is you can make any marketing method work on almost any platform with enough time, dedication, and smarts. But certain platforms are way easier and more consistent than other platforms. And the truth is, for a home service business, I have got to recommend above all else that you focus on the Google ecosystem. It's just way, way, way above anyone else in terms of ROI. Facebook ads can work, and Thumbtack can work, and Bark can work, and Yahoo could work. Yahoo search could work. But the truth is, in 2024, Google is still the king of search and finding customers for home service businesses across almost any niche that you can imagine. It can be anything from tutoring to dog walking to lawn care. Google is the king. Now, with that in mind, there's certain components of the Google ecosystem that you need to be aware of and really focus in on above others. Obviously, Google is a huge company with many, many different products. But for home service businesses, there's several that are really important for us to be going in hard at and spending our marketing money at and our time wisely on. That's really divided into on-page SEO for your website, local off-page SEO, your Google My Business profile. I know they changed the name recently, but I still call it Google My Business. So your Google My Business profile and your map pack ranking. These are the 3 to 4 ones that you really need to focus in on above all others, because those are the ones that are going to drive the majority of your organic traffic. Now, if you're doing paid marketing too, there's a couple different options that Google has. They obviously have Google AdWords and they have Google local service ads too. And that's I really don't like how they name those products. It's very confusing to new business owners trying to advertise on Google because they're almost the same name, yet they're very, very different products. They're both ad-based platforms from Google, but one is mostly total content creation, campaign creation that you do, which can be very complex. And one is a mostly self-serve option where they provide the leads to you and you set a budget and then that's it. So there's a simple and a complex option, but they're totally different platforms and yet they're connected, which is confusing. I know. Stay with me. You've got kind of 5 to 6 total parts of the Google ecosystem that I think we should be focusing on in 2024. 3 to 4 of them Google organic and 1 to 2 Google paid options. If you focus in on the Google ecosystem and define what your marketing budget is going to look like for the year, for the month, and even daily, if you're getting really into the nitty gritty, I recommend at a high level that you invest at least 80% of your paid marketing budget into Google. I believe 2 things. I believe Google is the king of search and discovery for home service businesses for finding new customers, but I also believe you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. What I do in my cleaning company, ThinkMaids, is we invest the vast majority of our marketing budget into Google, primarily SEO and paid ads, but we also invest 15 to 20% in another marketing source. This other marketing source changes over time because we're always doing tests and we always want to see what's performing the best for us in terms of ROI, in terms of customers who are serious about being regular customers and so on. So for us, this changes frequently. Sometimes it's Facebook ad campaigns that we're doing. For example, right now it's spring cleaning season. As I record this, we're going to be doing a Facebook gift card campaign for spring cleaning season in our city, DC. Sometimes it's Thumbtack. Sometimes it's another platform that we're using and playing around with for marketing purposes. But we never want to have all our eggs in one basket. Maybe we could get a little bit more money if we invested 100% into Google, but there's such a huge risk by doing that you're really putting your entire business model and your team's livelihood at risk by putting all your eggs in one basket. I believe that you should be focusing primarily on Google, but at the same time, you need to have at least one other paid marketing source that you're investing into to ensure that you're bringing in clients on a steady basis from that source too. First is focus in on the Google ecosystem. And the second is focus in on one other source, approximately an 80-20 split of budget there. Now, the third step is a little bit more complex, but I think it's very worth doing. There's a lot of talk the past couple of years in our industry about what are called lead capture forms. This is when you go onto a website, you can go to thinkmates.com, you'll see this on my website, and there's a big box right there where people can request a quote. And what happens when they input their information and click submit on that big box on the front homepage is two things. The first is it redirects them to the booking page where they can book with the answers that they filled out. The second thing that happens is it inputs their lead information into a back-end software that we're using to capture the leads and the one-time customers that come through our business, which will trigger certain automated campaigns. These are typically text and email campaigns which will follow up with that lead periodically throughout the week and throughout the month until they decide to book or not book. This is very important that you have some sort of automated sales software working in the background, because over time, you'll build up a huge list of leads that you can market to. Right now, as I'm talking to you, we have 13 to 14,000 leads who have submitted their information to my cleaning company's website that we do periodic marketing campaigns to, and that we do client reactivation campaigns to as well. So this is a huge source of repeat business for us, is touching base with these customers that we already had come in, or leads who haven't booked yet, but who have submitted their information to us. Make sure that you're actually capturing leads on your website from when people found you on Google. So they might find you on Google, or if you're doing a Facebook ad campaign, find you on Facebook, but then when they go to their website, one of the first things they should be greeted with is an opportunity to submit their lead information to you for a quote. Common lead capture softwares are Go High Level, they're ClickFunnels, they're LionDesk. A lot of these names might be familiar to you, but these are just some of the common ones I wanted to mention. And the fourth one is to consider doing a client reactivation campaign. If you've been in business for a few years, you probably have done hundreds or even thousands of jobs in your city over a certain period of time. That's a lot of people who you've worked with and whose homes you've been into. Most of them might not need a service at that time, or they might not be interested in working with you again, or they might have moved away, or some other life event has happened to them where they don't need your service. But a certain small percent of them will need your service when you reach out to them, but maybe they forgot about you, or they were thinking of going with a competitor. It's worth running a client reactivation campaign where you actually reach out to them proactively with some sort of small discount or some sort of complimentary extra that you add on to the service for them if they book with you again. Actually reach out to them and say, hey, look, it's been 2 years since we've booked with you. We'd love to earn your business again. Here's what we're doing for customers right now. If you consider booking with us, we'd love to throw in this, this, and this as an extra for you. Let us know in the next week if that sounds good to you, and we can come get you on the schedule real quick. Something simple like that. If you send that out several times a year, you will almost certainly get at least several bookings coming through if you have a big enough list. Touching base with people who are already customers, but maybe didn't become regulars or who dropped off for whatever reason, is very worth your time when getting leads is a little bit tougher like it is right now. So these are just 4 ideas that I think are worth thinking about if you're trying to get leads in the USA right now for your home service business. There's a lot more that we can talk through, and this is all very high level. It's not very nitty-gritty and technical yet, but let me know in the comments which of these 4 steps you're thinking of doing next, and I'd be happy to walk with you through how to do that in more detail. If you do these 4 things, I promise you, leads will start to flow a little bit more again. And if they don't, you can comment and tell me where you're stuck, and we can help you get unstuck. So I hope this video is helpful for you. Bye.